and welcome to the next test. Today we're going to be doing issues 33 and 34 of our 66 Batmobile. So let's get going. Okay, so basically we're going to be finishing off, I should say, our rear axle and attaching it to the chassis. So we're going to need the chassis as well, which is just here. But first we're going to finish off this one in issue 33. So that's what we're going to do now. Also, just before we start, in this pack we did receive our mug, which came in this box here. And this is the mug. And I've got to say, it's really, really nice. And I'm going to be using it here on the desk when I have a drink. And it came unbroken as well. I know a few people saying that they were broken. Give Fanhome a quick ring and they will happily replace that. But that did come in this pack. Let's crack on and do issue 33. Okay, so in this issue, we've got the bits that we had, what we've done previously. We're also going to need our little rockets set there that we got with the last issue, and we're just going to basically do what we've done this side on this side. So we're going to turn it up, putting our leaf spring on. Remember that the back section, so away from the diff, the back section here is the longer part, so like that. So the shorter parts go towards the car, longer parts to the back, so the opposite side of the diff. Just like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to place that on top like that. We're going to use an EM screw to secure that in. So there we go. So once it's on, there we go. Nice and tight, just like that. So that's on just like that. We can move it slightly as and when we need it to be, like so. Okay, so then we're going to put these parts on. So before we had to bend these, but we don't have to bend these ones. So put it on like that. Put this over like that. There's one. And there's the other one, so you put it in there and you just turn it tightly on there. Like so. So once again, just going to put this brace over, it goes right through. And this one I'm actually going to just put that on like that. So it's getting it in sort of that gap properly. There we go, so it's in there. See that? Nice and tight. Just like that. Probably be able to get a little tighter on these ones. So that's what it looks like underneath. So making sure they're nice and tight. Next, obviously, we're going to be putting on this section just here with another EM screw. And there we go. So now we've got both leaf springs onto the car, or onto the rear axle. That's what it should look like. And that brings us to the end of issue 33. So let's carry on and do issue 34. So we will need the car at some point on this part, because we are going to be attaching this to the chassis. But until then, we've got to do a bit of prep work. We've got springs and we've got more things. So we're going to need our socket again. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab this part here, like that. And we're going to grab these parts here. Now they're going to go on the shorter ends, so they go here, like that. And we do have, I think there's a right and a left. So we're going to have to remember which one's the right and the left side. So the right side is this side, and the left side is this side. And we're going to use an AJM screw to secure them in. So they're just going to go through here. It's all about just screwing that in. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so we've done that. So that's how they should look, just like that. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on this end. So we're going to flip it so it's like this, and then we're going to take the now we've got to see which side these are going to go on. Need to just double check. Yes, okay, so that one's right, so that one goes in like that. So these are going to sit sort of like that, and then I'm going to show you what we've got to do. So we've got to pull out one of these U-clips, so they look like that. And what we're going to do is one side's going to go in there and one side's going to go in there. So it looks a little bit like that. I'm going to zoom up a little bit. So it looks like this. Then we're going to grab one of these, bigger end towards the back, smaller end towards the front. It sort of sits like that. Then we're going to grab a nut, two of them. We'll put one in here, and then we're going to basically do this up. So there's one, and here comes the other one. So we stuck it in there. This is the other one. That's going to go in here. And then I'm just going to pull it down a little bit so it's level, and then just give them a slight tighten. And then we're going to do the same for the opposite side. So once again, that's going to sit like that. Put one end in there and one end in that bit. Push it all the way on. Small end towards the front on the bracket. So this is going to help just to keep it sort of, I don't know, in line, I would imagine. Okay, so that's on that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the 2 screws on, because I'm going to do that now. So they are both on, so that's where they look underneath. Oh, I don't know if that's the underneath, is that? Is that the top view? So that's what they look like just there. Okay. So next thing we need to do is we need to grab the chassis over. So I'm going to have to zoom out for this one. And be very, 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 very careful at this point. So I'm going to flip this like that. I'm being really gentle with it now. Okay, so we're going to take the springs, and I'm actually just going to drop the springs in here. And now this is going to sit, hopefully, just in here, like that. Just in there. Okay, so we're going to use EM screws in here, and then we're going to use EM screws underneath to or on top to screw that in. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, and there we go. The suspension system is in place. So as you can see, we screwed EM screws into these top bits here, then we flipped it over and secured them in these 2 ends just here. They're just held on just there. And obviously the screws go in, these springs go into each of the pistons here. And there is a little bit of flex in it, as you can see. So if I hold it like this, and there we go. So that brings us to the end of issue 33 and 34. And that's where we are. So the suspension system is now on to the back of the chassis. I think we're going to still be working on the back section here of the car in the next couple of issues. So yeah, I'm hoping Kirsty can join me for the next couple of issues. I'm going to see how she's feeling and get her to come along. But at least the suspension now is fully on the car. And it's looking good. And yeah, I don't know what else to say other than thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you click like, subscribe and comment, and I will see you at the next video. But until then, see you later.